So before the service this morning, Jill Burnett, the beautiful lady that lit the candles, she prayed me in. And in her prayer, she said, when you open your mouth, God's words are coming out. And I went, okay, so if you hear something you don't like this morning, it's not me. It's not me. You can't blame me. Okay. Grand Rising, everyone. Grand Rising. This is the last month of our yearly theme, Grand Rising. And you know, I really have loved saying that, Grand Rising, and what it means. It means it's really shifted my consciousness. It's kind of made me put my eyes up. We talk about looking up and raising the level of our vibration. So that's been my experience this year, 2024, for a Grand Rising. I hope you've enjoyed having our yearly theme also. This morning, this month's theme is landing on solid ground. And as Dr. Alice talked about last week, that's when the gymnasts, after all their twists and their twirls and their flips, and they land on both feet on solid ground. So we are landing on solid ground after this year of Grand Rising. And we are grounded in timeless spiritual principles and spiritual practices. We are all elements: fire, air, water, earth, spirit, light. We are all the elements, and the flow of consciousness, which is our thought, our feelings, our wisdom, our form. We all end up for this year, 2020, and as we go into the year 2025. The light is really in my eyes. I'm going to move this. There we go. Now I can see. Okay. 2025. 2025. I don't know about you, but these years are going fast, really fast. I was listening to the radio the other day, and they were saying, we're going to listen to some oldies but goodies classics from the 90s. And I'm going, that was just a few years ago. Give me a break. You know, really, I can't believe how fast it is going. So it is a reminder to us to remember to live each day in the fullest. Not in the future where it can give us anxiety. Not in the past where we could feel sad or depressed. But in the moment, in this moment of now. Today we have the gift of life, and we land on solid ground, enjoying and appreciating this life that we have created for ourselves. Today's talk title is Hearts Ablaze. Hearts Ablaze. And as I'm walking in, I'm thinking about what I'm going to say. I just wanted to say something really quick. I remember there's a guy in my neighborhood that I've seen, for years, walking around and every 3 or 4 months it's a different dog. I'm going, geez, the guy's not having very good luck, but he goes to the shelter and he gets the oldest dogs that are, at the end of their time, and he brings them home and he loves them until they pass. And that's why he has all these different dogs, because he's giving that put my heart ablaze. It really did. The thing of somebody that's so kind and so loving that could do these for these animals. So I just wanted to start with that. Because we are feeling creatures who think. As we allow the fire of love, the fire of spirit to move in us, we rise up to new levels of joy, love, happiness, contentment, all those good things. We lift our consciousness when we open our hearts and set it on fire. So I have on here saying our affirmation was perfect for today. I don't know where that affirmation that we had this morning came, but the one I have for today is, I let the fire of infinite love blaze in my heart. And I like that. I let the fire of infinite love blaze in my heart. I remember in the late 90s, just a little while ago, when I was a new practitioner, and they asked me, Dr. Jackie over at in the San Juan, when we were in San Juan, asked me to do the opening affirmative prayer. Oh, I was so happy and so proud, you know. So I got up there and I started out with step number 1, which we do on our 5-step prayers. Step number 1, God is all there is. Then I was moving into step number 2, and I am an individualization of this wonderful, beautiful power. By step number 3, when I got to the affirmation, I had a hot flash. And it wasn't because of anything else. I just felt this heat come up in my body. And, it set my face on fire. It was like a physiological change in my being. It was my heart energy activated. It was opened up. It was like, wow, this is really something. And that was the first time that ever happened to me. And it was a wonderful, wonderful experience. So that's what Hearts Ablaze feels like. When something wonderful, something beautiful, something sacred has happened. And it cracks your heart open. And it puts your heart ablaze. We are creatures who think and feel, and yet we fill our minds with so much stuff. Data, fake news, information, facts. It's just constantly at us. I mean, I can remember when we didn't have cell phones and we couldn't go, hey Siri, what's this? Hey Siri, what's that? Now everything's right here. And, we used to have to look it up in the encyclopedia. Yeah. Now we don't even have those anymore. But anyway, everything, we cram our minds with all this stuff, and it doesn't leave any room for anything else but stress. We can have all the words, all the information, all the intellect crammed in our mind, full of facts, and yet it is the feeling heart that is the true source of power. The one power, the one source moving through us, animating our life. That's it. Our heart energy, our heart vibration is the true power that we have. There must be passion, there must be emotion behind your words and your thoughts. It must happen. There are times on this journey of that we call life that we get lost in disillusionment and despair. Maybe it hasn't happened to you yet. It's happened to me. We get lost. We forget who we are. We forget that we are the expression of the divine. When we catch that divine spark of love, our heart opens up, and a light within us rekindles and blazes up with new vigor and inspiration. Our thoughts, our words, our ideas must have emotion and passion and energy if they are to come to fruition. Otherwise, they're just empty words. I've had people come to me and said, I've done prayer treatment. I've done affirmative prayer. I've meditated. I said, what are your feelings behind it? Well, I've been saying it. I've been saying it over and over and over again. I said, but I've been feeling it. Has there been emotion behind those words? If not, it's not going to work. It's not going to work. We have to practice until we get that emotion. And then we will get the results that we are seeking. I found this description of God that I could really relate to, and I really like it, and see what you think. God is not a he or a she. Is not human, is not a statue, and is not a religion. God is the electromagnetic pulse of energy that gives life and lives within all living creatures. I love that. We are energy beings. We are the light. We are the energy. We are the heart of God. Dr. Ernest Holmes says that love is the central flame of the universe, the very fire itself. Love is self-givingness through the creation, the imparting of the divine through the human. That is on page 478 of the Science of Mind textbook, if you want to look it up. When we play small and safe, we are withholding the fire of divine love. We need to fire the passion within us to animate our lives. There are many reasons that we hold back and do not live our life out loud. There are many reasons. Maybe you've been hurt by love or by grief, and you don't want to open your heart up to be hurt again. But while we are playing it safe and playing it small, our healing is not happening. We are not evolving, and our life is stagnant. It's time to open. It's time to break it open. Rumi says, the wound is where the light enters. And that's, it's perfect for this. For the wound is where the light enters the heart and opens us up. Helen Keller said, life is either a daring adventure or nothing. Helen Keller. I love that. It's a daring adventure. Who likes to have daring adventures? I do. Or it's nothing. And the worst of these evils is apathy. Doing nothing and feeling nothing with no emotion. Apathy. No one in here, I know, feels that. No one. I know you. Life is like a flowing river. It is beautiful. It is joyful. It is bubbly. It is loving. And sometimes it's violent and it's chaotic. When the snow melts, and I used to live in Nevada City at the Yuba River, and I'll tell you, when the snow melted, you did not go near that river. It was raging down there, just crashing into everything. So as we learn to flow with life and to release and let go, we feel safe enough to let our hearts open up again. Let it open. So we turn to our spiritual practices to help us stay in the flow of that river and maneuver through the rocks and the rough spots. Has everybody had a rough spot in their life? Maybe? No, nobody had. Oh, great. Well, that's great. I'm just going to forget about the rest of my talk then. We all have rough spots, and how we handle it is our gift to the universe, because how do we perceive our rough spots, and how do we go walk and work through them is very, very important. That's why we use our spiritual practices. It is our choice on how we handle our rough spots. Nobody else's, only us. We have the choice to work through it. We must stop defining ourselves with our hardships and begin to define ourselves with our aliveness and our passion. That's how we need to define ourselves, with our heart energy, with the love that is flowing from us to everyone else. We define ourselves by radiating love. Ralph Waldo Emerson says this: write it on your heart that every day is the best day of the year. He is rich who owns that day, and no one owns that day who allows it to be invaded with fret and anxiety. Finish every day and be done with it. You have done what you could. Some blunders and absurdities, no doubt, crept in. Forget them as soon as you can. Tomorrow is a new day. Begin it well and serenely, with too high of a spirit to be encumbered with your old nonsense. The new day is too dear, with its hopes and its invitations, to waste a moment on yesterday. End of quote. I love that. Make every day your best day ever. So, what sets your heart ablaze? What sets your heart ablaze? I thought about that guy with taking care of those elderly dogs. That did it. Last Sunday, during the meditation, Kathy Story came up to me afterwards and she handed me something. She said, this is what came through in the meditation. And I asked her, I said, can I share that? She said, yes. So this is what Kathy wrote. Her heart was ablaze. I am a soul with a body. My body is a joy body. It is whole, perfect, and complete. I move easily through life. Flexibility is powerful. My joy body supports every action and activity. I surrender and allow God to just have its way. And I am the divine expression of love. Love heals all and reveals all. Her heart was on fire. Thank you for letting me share that, Kathy. Thank you. So we're going to do an experiment. All right, so y'all see this beautiful or yellow, beautiful, pungent lemon? So I want you to put your hand out in your lap and pretend you're holding that lemon. Feel the weight. It's a little sticky because there's juice. It's juicy. It's juicy. Okay, now you can close your eyes. Sometimes this works better. You can close your eyes and you bring that lemon up to your nose and smell it. Oh, you just picked it off the tree, so it was hot and it's juicy. You can squeeze it a little bit and you get some of that smell. It's love that pungent fragrance. Breathe it in. Breathe it in. You at home do the same thing. Pat McGrath is watching, I know, so get that lemon out. Okay. Okay, now, with your eyes closed, take a big bite right through that tangy and that sour outer skin and bite right into that juicy insides. Bite. Can you taste it? Yeah? Is your mouth watering? Are your lips puckering? You're puckering? Okay, you can take the lemon down now. Did it work? Yes, all right. I'm glad I didn't have to bite that. The thought of it was just like, whoa. That is the power of your mind at work. If you can take a lemon and feel it and taste it and experience that lemon, you have power in your mind. That power creates the energy of infinite love at any time you want. Anytime you want to feel that love, you can do it. You just proved it. If you can taste the lemon, you can feel love, okay? You can create a loving experience for yourself anytime you use your mind and your thoughts. So I've asked several people what sets their hearts on blaze. And our group on the Friday morning meeting from 8 to 9, I've asked several of them. I'm not going to name any names, maybe one or few, but not very many. And I asked several people, the question, what puts your heart on blaze? What opens you up? What makes your heart sing? What makes your heart sing? I had several answers. I'm going to share some of them with you. Okay. So this one person said, I love looking at the moon. When I talk to my nephew who's back east, I know he's looking at the same moon and we connect. That's how we connect. We're both there. I'm in California, he's back there, and we're both looking at the same moon, and there is a connection there, a deeper knowing. He said he likes to see sunrises and sunsets also. That sets his heart ablaze. Another person said, my heart warms when my grown my mom said this. Okay. Yeah, this is mom. My heart warms when my grown children and grandchildren and friends call, text, or FaceTime me. It makes my heart feel so good knowing they are thinking of me and keeping in touch. I also love the times when we can all be together having fun and connecting with love. Thanks, Mom. Another friend said that's when she is with a group of, now this person was in the Peace Corps for years and years, so she's retired from that. I said, what makes your heart sing? When I'm with a group of people and we are demonstrating or walking or discussing something good, something good that's happening with all these like-minded people for a good cause, whether it's for helping others in need or defending and supporting minority or groups of people that the society appears to be rejecting. She said that makes her heart sing. Really makes her heart sing to know that she's doing something for good for the universe. Another person said meaningful gatherings with people who meditate together, discuss community projects, or just come together to connect and support each other. Someone else said, what sets my heart on fire is new life, looking into the eyes of a brand new baby and seeing the joy and the wonder and all the possibilities ahead for this sweet little being. That's what set my heart on fire. My granddaughter, Jade, who's in recovery, she said the connection that she has with her family and that they continue to love and support her through all the thick and thin. That is a very huge thing, and that opens my heart. Another friend said that her heart is ablaze with love when she FaceTimes with her 6-year-old grandson, and they have long, meaningful, and loving conversations. She said, it just cracks my heart open. It's so wonderful. Another one says, joy fills my heart when I see my amazing daughter who works helping other people while raising her young son. That fills my heart with joy. My youngest daughter, Carrie, had a dream for many, many, many years to have her own motorcycle racing team, and it came to fruition this year. And it took a lot of work, a lot of determination, a lot of backstepping and going forward, and now it is done. And she said, my heart is joyful. My heart is joyful. Then I asked my oldest daughter, Julie. Their list was this long. I mean, here's a gal that's going through, court stuff, and yet her list was this long of the things that made her so happy and put her heart ablaze. First, she says, first thing I could think of is that, Xander texted me yesterday and he got an A on his chemistry test. Yay. So the kid's a straight A student. That makes her feel good. Watching her son grow up to be a fine young man puts her heart ablaze. Being able to live in Nevada City and still run a business in Orange County puts her heart ablaze. She's so very happy about that. She moved back up there like 7 years ago. It was great. She volunteers with the Rotary up in Nevada City. She does a lot of things with them, a lot of things with with the high school. And she said, I love volunteering. And then she got a text the other day from her son. He said, Mom, we need to find someplace where I can volunteer. She said, that opened my heart. So all these things, I'm sure that there's so many things that you can think of that put your heart ablaze. It is the heart energy, the heart power that rules and that rules our life and expands the love in the world. Abraham Hicks says, as you think, you feel. As you feel, you radiate. And as you radiate, you create. So when you radiate with that love, you're creating your life. What are you creating with your heart energy? What sets your heart ablaze? I'd like to hear from one or two of you. Jamie, if you have the microphone and put it on, would anyone like to share? Right over here. Nope.
I do speak loud enough. Yes, you do.
But we want to hear you, so. Kathy, come on up here. Just take this one.
A couple weeks ago, Reverend Karen called me and told me that there was somebody looking for me, that I might have a new sister. She found me through DNA. We met in Barstow because it was halfway through. And this is a sister who wants me. And I've always wanted a sister. And so I just got back from Thanksgiving from them. Met the family. I have a brand new family. The one thing I love about life, you think you're loving all you can, and bam, God gives you a sister. I got a whole new family, man. It's just like, it's unbelievable. Unbelievable.
Thank you. Is that working now? Anyone else like to share what sets their heart ablaze?
Got to speak real loud. My heart is set ablaze every single Sunday. And I get to sing, and music sets my heart ablaze. And so do you.
Jamie sets my heart ablaze. But also just being in the moment. To me, that's everything. And kids.
Kids, that's good. Thank you. Thank you, Joni.
I don't need to tell anybody this because you all know it. My heart is set ablaze every time I see my little grandson. I'm 80 years old and I finally got a grandbaby.
Yeah. Anyone else? Oh, Rita.
Speaking of babies, that's one of the things that has given me absolute joy, and that's to see my great-grandson, his first bath. There's nothing sweeter than watching a baby take having a bath.
Yes.
It's really sweet.
Thank you.
And then, of course, I'm with Jamie, too. I love singing here with you guys.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for sharing. Thank you so much for sharing. It's so funny because one of the first things I thought of was Cheryl after her grandson was born. When she walked in the room on Sunday, I mean, there was a aura about her. I mean, the love energy was tangible. You could feel it. She was just like, wow. It was beautiful, yes, and it still is. You can see it all the time. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for helping with that. So, in closing, I want to share with you some of my very favorite Jalaluddin Rumi, who is the 13th century Sufi poet, some of his love quotes. We carry inside of us, the wonders we seek outside of us. Only from the heart can you reach the sky. Wherever you are and whatever you do, be in love. Your heart knows the way. Run in that direction. Stop acting so small. You are the universe in ecstatic motion. Love is the bridge between you and everything. There is a candle in your heart ready to be kindled. There is a void in your soul ready to be filled. And my very favorite quote from Rumi is, "You are not a drop in the ocean. You are the entire ocean in one drop." What does that mean? It simply means that the energy, the intelligence, the love, the wisdom, the abundance, the beauty, all the qualities of God are expressed through you as you. You are this divine vibration of love. That is your gift to the world. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. We have, you were given a heart when you came in today. So after the service is done, I think you could share your heart with someone that opened your heart and put your heart ablaze. And now we will pray. Going within so we will never, ever be without. We join together knowing there is only one life. It is God's life, and it is our life right now. It is the first cause to all of creation. It is infinite intelligence. It is unbounded love. It is ancient wisdom. It is joy, compassion, understanding, and beauty. All these qualities live and move and express through our thoughts, our actions, our being. For we truly are the sacred activity of this beloved energy. We radiate love. We radiate joy. We radiate wisdom. So as we go forth this week, we let that love of God fill our being. We love ourselves. Let that love of ourselves fill up, knowing that we are doing our very best whatever we're doing. Our hearts are cracked open. We're not going to live small anymore. We vibrate with the ecstasy of life. So I release my word. I place it into divine mind, knowing that it's already so, just as it's been spoken. And I fill my heart with gratitude and thanksgiving for this truth. And so I anchor this prayer in love. As I let it go, we say together, and so it is. Amen.